लंबोदर गज वदन मनोहर श्री गणराज दया।
जय श्री माता जी। సాక్షాత్ శ్రీ ఆదిశక్తి పరమపూజ్య శ్రీ మాతాజీ దివ్య ఆశీస్సులతో ఈనాటి ప్రాతకాల సామూహిక ధ్యానానికి హాజరవుతున్న ఆత్మబంధువులందరికీ హృదయపూర్వక స్వాగతం. అమ్మ పరమపూజ్య శ్రీ మాతాజీ, దయతో ఈ సామూహికతకు మీ పవిత్ర పాదపద్మములను సామూహికంగా ధ్యానించుకునే స్థితిని అనుగ్రహించండి తల్లి. జై శ్రీ మాతాజీ. సామూహికంగా పరమపూజ్య శ్రీ మాతాజీ వారి దివ్య శ్రీచరణాలకు మనల్ని మనం సంపూర్ణంగా సమర్పించుకుని సాష్టాంగ ప్రణామం చేసుకుందాం. రెండు చేతులు సమర్పణా భావంతో తెరచి ఉంచి తల్లి దివ్య శ్రీచరణాలను చూస్తూ నెమ్మదిగా మన చిత్తాన్ని అంతర్ముఖంగా గావించుకుందాం. పరమపూజ్య శ్రీ మాతాజీ వారి దివ్యమంగళ స్వరూపాన్ని కనులారా వీక్షిస్తూ రెండు చేతులు జోడించి ప్రాతకాల శ్లోకాన్ని పఠిద్దాం సామూహికంగా.
సంస్ఫురాత్మతత్వం సచ్చిత్ సుఖం పరమహంస గతిం తురీయం యత్ స్వప్న జాగర సుషుప్త భవైతి నిత్యం తద్ బ్రహ్మ నిష్కలమహం न च भूत संगा. अर्थ कळला का?
ఉదయమే లేచి నేను నమస్కరిస్తున్నాను. హృదయంలో ఉండే తత్వం భగవంతుని ప్రేమను నేను గుర్తు చేసుకుంటున్నాను. నేను నమస్కరిస్తున్నాను. ఏది సత్యమో, చిత్తమో, సుఖమో, తుర్యాస్థితి అనగా పరమహంస గతిం స్థితిలో నేను నమస్కరిస్తున్నాను. స్వప్నంలో, జాగృతావస్థలో, సుషుప్తావస్థలో నేను నిత్యం ఉంటాను. పంచతత్వాలతో నిర్మించిన ఈ శరీరాన్ని, బుద్ధిని, చిత్తాన్ని అంతర్గతంగా ఉంచుకుని నిర్లీప నిరంజన్ అయినటువంటి బ్రహ్మతో నేను ఎల్లప్పుడూ ఉంటాను. నేను నమస్కరిస్తున్నాను. ధ్యాన స్థితిలో రెండు చేతులు తెరచి ఉంచి హృదయంలో తల్లి యొక్క దివ్య ప్రేమను అనుభూతి చెందుదాం. స్థితిని కొనసాగించుకుంటూ సామూహికంగా కుండలిని జాగృతి చేసుకుని బంధం తీసుకుందాం. ధ్యాన స్థితిలో నెమ్మదిగా మన యొక్క చిత్తాన్ని అంతర్గతంగా ఉంచుకుని మన హృదయంలో ప్రశాంతతను, నిర్మలత్వమును, తల్లి యొక్క దివ్య ప్రేమను అనుభూతి చెందుదాం. నెమ్మదిగా కళ్ళు మూసుకుని మన యొక్క అంతర్గత ప్రశాంతతను అనుభూతి చెందుదాం. స్థితిని కొనసాగించుకుంటూ సామూహికంగా 3 మహామంత్రాలు శ్రీ గణేష్ మంత్రంతో కలిపి పఠిద్దాం.
श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती
అమ్మా పరమ పూజ్య శ్రీ మాతాజీ, దయతో మా అందరిలో శ్రీ గణేష తత్వాన్ని వృద్ధి చేయండి తల్లి. అమ్మా మా యొక్క నడవడిక, మా యొక్క ప్రవర్తన శ్రీ గణేష ఆనందించే రీతిలో ఉండేటట్లు అనుగ్రహించండి తల్లి. సామూహికంగా మన రెండు చేతులు భూమాత మీద నమ్రతతో ఉంచి, తల్లి భూమి మాత దయ ఉంచి మీ బిడ్డలమైన మా దేహములలో, నాడులలో, చక్రములలో ఇంకను ఆధ్యాత్మికోన్నతికి ఏమైనా ఆటంకాలు ఉన్నట్లయితే దయతో వాటిని మా తల్లిగా మీలో కలుపుకొని పరమపూజ్య శ్రీ మాతాజీ గారిని ధ్యానించుకునే స్థితిని, మీ యొక్క అనుమతిని ప్రసాదించండి తల్లి. సముద్రవసనే దేవి పర్వతస్తనమండలే విష్ణుపత్నిం నమస్తుభ్యం పాదస్పర్శం క్షమస్వ మే. రెండు చేతులు ధ్యాన స్థితిలో తెరచి ఉంచి మన చిత్తాన్ని సుషుమ్నా మార్గం మీద లగ్నం చేద్దాం. పూర్తిగా మన సుషుమ్నా మార్గాన్ని గమనించుకుందాం. అమ్మా పరమ పూజ్య శ్రీ మాతాజీ, మీరే సాక్షాత్ శ్రీ మహాలక్ష్మి. అమ్మా దయ ఉంచి మా అందరిలో శ్రీ మహాలక్ష్మి తత్వాన్ని జాగృతి పరచండి తల్లి. అమ్మా శ్రీ మాతాజీ, దయతో ఈ సామూహికతకు సమతుల్యతను, మహాలక్ష్మి తత్వాన్ని దయతో అనుగ్రహించి ప్రసాదించండి తల్లి. స్థితిని కొనసాగించుకుంటూ నాభి చక్రాన్ని గమనించుకుంది. అమ్మా పరమ పూజ్య శ్రీ మాతాజీ, మీరే సాక్షాత్ శ్రీ లక్ష్మీ విష్ణు. దయ ఉంచి మాకు విష్ణు తత్వాన్ని ప్రసాదించండి తల్లి. అమ్మా శ్రీ మాతాజీ, దయతో మాకు ధర్మాన్ని, ఉత్థానమును ప్రసాదించండి తల్లి. అమ్మా శ్రీ మాతాజీ దయతో మాకు ఆధ్యాత్మికోన్నతిని ప్రసాదించండి తల్లి. అమ్మా శ్రీ మాతాజీ మా నాభి చక్రాన్ని మీ పవిత్ర పాదపద్మములకు అనన్య భక్తి శ్రద్ధలతో సమర్పించుకుంటున్నాం తల్లి. ఈ మధురమైన స్థితిని అనుభూతి చెందుతూ మన చిత్తాన్ని హృదయంలో లగ్నం చేద్దాం. హృదయంలో తల్లి దివ్య శ్రీచరణాలను దర్శించుకుంటూ తల్లి పాదపద్మముల నుండి జాలువారు చైతన్యామృతాన్ని సూక్ష్మ శరీరం అణువు కనకనము అనుభూతి చెందుతాం. స్థితిని కొనసాగించుకుంటూ నెమ్మదిగా మన చిత్తాన్ని ఆజ్ఞాచక్రం మీద లగ్నం చేద్దాం. అమ్మ పరమ పూజ్య శ్రీ మాతాజీ దయతో మీ బిడ్డ అయిన విఘ్నరాజ గణేషుని ద్వారా మాలో ఉన్న అదనపు అహంకారాన్ని తీసివేయండి తల్లి. ఆ యొక్క స్థానంలో ఆత్మను ప్రతిష్టాపన చేసి శ్రీ మేరీ జీసస్ని దయతో జాగృతి పరచండి తల్లి. చిత్తాన్ని నెమ్మదిగా బ్యాకాజ్ఞ మీద ఉంచుకుని స్థితిని గమనించుకుంటూ అమ్మా పరమ పూజ్య శ్రీ మాతాజీ మీ బిడ్డ అయిన ధూమ్రవర్ణ గణేషుని ద్వారా మాలో ఉన్న అదనపు ప్రత్యహంకారాన్ని తీసివేయండి తల్లి. అమ్మ ఆ యొక్క స్థానంలో ఆత్మను ప్రతిష్టాపన చేసి శ్రీ మహాగణేశుణ్ణి జాగృతి పరచండి తల్లి. పూర్తిగా మన ఆజ్ఞా చక్రాన్ని గమనించుకుంటూ శ్రీ నిర్విచార స్వామిని సాక్షాత్ మంత్రం సామూహికంగా పఠిద్దాం. ఓం త్వమేవ సాక్షాత్ శ్రీ నిర్విచార స్వామిని సాక్షాత్ శ్రీ ఆదిశక్తి మాతాజీ శ్రీ నిర్మలా దేవ్యై నమో నమః. నెమ్మదిగా మన చిత్తాన్ని సహస్రారంలో తల్లి దివ్య శ్రీ చరణాల వద్ద లగ్నం చేసి సహస్రారంలో తల్లి దివ్య ప్రేమను అనుభూతి చెందుదాం. పూర్తిగా మన చిత్తాన్ని సహస్రారంలో తల్లి దివ్య శ్రీచరణాల వద్ద మాత్రమే లగ్నం చేసి శ్రీ నిర్వికల్ప స్వామిని సాక్షాత్ ఓం త్వమేవ సాక్షాత్ శ్రీ నిర్వికల్ప స్వామిని సాక్షాత్ శ్రీ ఆదిశక్తి మాతాజీ శ్రీ నిర్మలా దేవ్యై నమో నమః. అమ్మా పరమ పూజ్య శ్రీ మాతాజీ, ఈ సామూహికతలో మీ బిడ్డలమైన మేమంతా మీతో ఒక్కటిగా ఉన్న దివ్యమైన అనుభూతిని దయతో ప్రసాదించండి తల్లి. అమ్మా శ్రీ మాతాజీ, దయతో ఈ సామూహికతకు మీతో ఒక్కటైన పరమ ఏకకారకతను దయతో ప్రసాదించండి తల్లి. అత్యంత దివ్యమైన ఈ స్థితిని కొనసాగించుకుంటూ పరమ పూజ్య శ్రీ మాతాజీ వారి దివ్య సందేశం అమృతవాణి విందాం.
Today again is the New Year's Day. Every New Year comes because we have to take to something that is new. It has been so arranged that the sun has to move for 365 days and again a new year has to come. Actually, the whole solar system is moving in a spiral way. So there is definitely a higher higher state of this solar system. Every year it is rising higher in a spiral way. So it is not only that it is because 365 days have passed, but because it has moved a step forward higher than what it was. Now we can see that in awareness, human beings have definitely risen much higher than what they were, say, about 2000 years back. But the first system that started, the whole universe, was the first model, we can say, was created. And that model has to be perfect. And that was a perfect model, which then started perfecting the rest of it. So that is the perfect model, which is in the principle of this ascent. And that is working out this ascent. Now, the perfection of the rest of the universe takes place in various directions. But today we have to consider the Mahalakshmi principle. Now, Mahalakshmi, as I told you, is a perfect principle. Is a perfect principle. It's perfected. It's born as perfect. Will remain as perfect. Will be always eternally perfect. So that is not necessary to be corrected. Now this Mahalakshmi thing I am discussing here because you may be able to go today to see the temple of Mahalakshmi. Now the temple of Mahalakshmi, when you go there, you have to know that this deity has come out of the Mother Earth in this particular place. That means this place has got a capacity to give you a force, we can say an additional force, or an intensive feeling of evolution. If you are sensitive enough, you can see that, you can feel it, and you can do it. If you are not so sensitive, you are still so conditioned and still outside, that may not work out. I mean, all kinds of things can be done, but if somebody wants to remain a stone, you can't do anything about it. So this Mahalakshmi principle is working out in this place, Kolhapur. Normally this place should be very, very warm because of this position. But even in summer, this place keeps very cold because of the vibrations from the temple that is emitted. The people in this place may not be so aware either. We cannot say if they are aware, because as negativity has to come forward, there are lots of sugar factories and lots of alcoholism going on here. But we have to take the best advantage of every place which is created specially for a particular purpose. So it's a pilgrimage in a way that we are here, that we have to look after our Mahalakshmi principle of our ascent. As you know, this ascent starts at the Navi and is surrounded by the Guru principle. Now the Guru principle within us, if it is absurd, if it is juxtaposition, placed in a juxtaposition way, if it is not properly embedded within us, if it is not emitting through our character and behavior, Mahalakshmi Tattva cannot be strengthened. Mahalakshmi Tattva is strengthened through Guru principle. Now we are lucky today because there was the birthday of Dattatreya just the other day when we had the puja, and today is this Mahalakshmi puja. So two things together we have got together. First was the Datta puja and today is this puja of Mahalakshmi. So to have the Guru principle all right, we must make our dharmas correct. Now these dharmas, as I have told you many times, are 10. And we should look after these 10 dharmas in a very careful manner. These are expressed outside, but whatever inside comes out. Now I find when you people talk and you say things, I know that this person is negative, that person is definitely positive. There are so many ways of expression of positivity. But how I know that I can't tell you, because I just don't know how to tell you that. But I just know that such a person is definitely positive and such a person is negative. The positivity lies in understanding why are we here. First of all, why are we on this earth? Why are we human beings? In understanding. What are we doing about it? Why are we Sahajogis? What is Sahajogi has to do? What is his responsibility as a Sahajogi? Then he moves forward to understand why Mother is so kind to me. Why have I got vibration? Why am I the very few who have got this special blessing, a special knowledge of vibratory awareness? And then you ask yourself, what am I doing about it? Am I still very much embedded in my cheapishness or in my childishness, in my stupidity, in my harshness, in my aggressiveness? We always see these things in other people, not in ourselves. So we are not Sahajogis. We should understand at that point. When we start seeing these things in other people, then we are not Sahajogis. We should see in ourselves and emit pure compassion to others. But always people see that it is in another person this exists. Whatever I may try to say, they always see another person. Now supposing there is a negative person among us. You need not be compassionate to that person. On the contrary, better be away. Get rid of that person as far as possible. Don't have anything to do. Is a definite sign of great compassion to yourself, if not to others. Better not have anything to do with a person who is negative, if you have to come up. He may be your brother, sister, anyone. But try to be away from a person who is not positive. It causes lots of problems. I've been telling you this and I've been requesting you, but the conditioning is such that still though you have become a Guru Tattva, you don't understand that you have to be detached. For a Guru, there's no brother, sister or any other relationship except for the relationship of the mother. There is no other relationship exists. One of these principles are to be understood. Very important, I think, is for all of us, that our relationship is only to mother and to Sahajogis and not to any relationship which has come to us, whether through Sahajoga or whether through anything else. Now this I have been explaining because our Mahalakshmi Tattva is not all right. That's why we get sort of frittered, lost into these things. And the Mahalakshmi Tattva has to be like an ascending force, all put together. Like my father used to give an example, that supposing you have collected lot of wheat and you spread it on the ground, it will be all lost. It will spread out like this side, that side, it will be all lost. But if you put it in a bag, it will rise. In height, naturally, it will have those maryadas, it will rise and it will go higher and higher. In the same way, this principle of Mahalakshmi can spread just across like that and can just destroy all that Mother has given us and all that we have had all these years, only by spreading it out. Now to collect it inside is to pay attention to yourself first of all. Try to clarify your ideas and your understanding in brain is important, because Mahalakshmi Tattva ultimately works in the brain. is the enlightenment of the brain is done by Mahalakshmi Tattva. It gives you the Sat, the truth, see. So, in the brain, you must clarify, read logically, you must reach the conclusion that I don't have to do these things. I have to do these things. I have to assess. This is why I am here. Why I am here. What am I supposed to do? Now, logically, you convince your brain, first of all. It's very important now after realization. Because if logically your brain doesn't understand, it will always be cheapish, childish, indignified, or could be harsh, horribly oppressive. It could be one of these. So, in Guru Tattva, there are 10 elements. 5 of them deal with the weight. Guru is the weight, see, weight of a person. How much weight you have got, the gravity as we call it. A person has a gravity. When he talks, how much balance he's got. You see, even in Indian music we call it vazan. Means the weight. The weight of the person means when he is dealing with himself or with others, how much weight he carries. In English also they use this word. How much weight he carries with others means how much he can really impress others. If you impress too much, alright, then the person will say, oh, it's too much. That is a very big quality with Western people, is, oh, that is too much. That is, they have an idea. You see, this is all ego oriented. That is too much. If you tell them too much, oh, that is too much, she's too much, I'll do it slowly, it is too much for me. It's very common. It's very common reaction. So, how much weight you have. And the second one is the quality of magnetism. 2 things, magnetism. First is the quality of weight. That's how much dignified you are, how you talk, how your language is, how your behavior is. You should be humorous. But sometimes, even with me, I find people talk in a very funny manner. I just don't understand. How is it always they say the wrong thing? I mean, even if they have to say one sentence, they'll say wrong thing. It's absolutely with them. It's also Vishuddhi, which is also Nabi, comes from Nabi, because you must know that Vishuddhi chakra is the ascent of the Nabi chakra. So what happens? That a person, whatever he is expressed through his language, through his behavior, through his face, through his nose, his eyes, everything, through the Vishuddhi chakra. So the ascent of the Nabi is shown through the Vishuddhi chakra. Now whatever you have in the Nabi is shown here. Supposing now a person who has the Mahalakshmi Tattva properly developed, such a person will have a way of dealing with another person where he will have the weight as well as the understanding how far to go with the person, how far to carry on with the person, how far to talk to a person, how far to think about it, how much importance to be given. That's one point is very important. And the another point is that how much magnetism you have. So you reverse back to yourself. The magnetism is a magic of a person. A person is magnetic because he has certain magic. Now this magic comes from your own personality. From your own personality. So the basis of magnetism on the left hand side starts, and that basis is Shri Ganesh. Shri Ganesh is the basis of that magnetism. So your innocence. Innocence is the best way to have that magnetism. Magnetism you cannot express in material way. It's not a material stuff. But it is something abstract. Comes from your quality of Ganesha, Shri Ganesha. Such a person is magnetic. Magnetic means that such a person attracts another person because of the weight of the person, because of the quality of the person. Such a person attracts, but does not attract for lust, greed and nonsensical things, but attracts another person because of the fragrance of love in this another person. Now it is always confused. because it's such an abstract thing. So one must understand it in a very subtle way. What is this magnetism that one should have? You see, there are some gestures people use artificially, which normally they have been using just to attract other people, the way they walk, the way they dress, the way they live. All these things are of no use. It is something so inner, that fragrance is so inner, which must be developed. But in Sahaja Yoga, I have seen people just don't bother about it, just don't bother. They think the way they have been living, the way they have been, they say if they are English, they are English. If they are French, they are French. If they are Indians, they are Indians. If they are from Kolhapur, they will be from Kolhapur. These ideas first must be curbed down, because the fragrance spreads everywhere, whether you are English or any. So the fragrance of a person develops through, first of all, the Ganesha principle within you. Ganesha principle is to be first of all seen to. Now, a Ganesha person is not a person who is absolutely remorse type, or a person who is such a gone case that even if you beat him up and make him into a complete minced thing, he will bear it. It's not that. It's not that. On the contrary, the quality of magnetism is such that it attracts you to a point where you are not disturbed. Now this is a very important point we should know. You see, if you have other love like carnal love and all other love you have, then that love you may attract the person, that person can destroy, and it destroys you, always. But this attraction does not destroy. It does not destroy. The attraction is up to that point that you are not destroyed, because you being much higher, much deeper and much weightier, you cannot be destroyed by a thing that you are attracting. Always the greater magnet attracts the smaller magnet. And that is what one should understand. This magic and this charismatic temperament of a person comes by, first of all, the Ganesha Tattva innocence, and secondly, by complete dedication and devotion. Those who are completely dedicated and devoted to Mother, not to anything else, Ganesha Tattva, not to your wife, not to your husband, not to your sister, not to your country, not to anyone but to Mother. Complete dedication gives you that charisma or that attraction. In Sahaja Yoga, such a person becomes really attractive, and such a person has a... Now some people think that if you are Konadara, some people think that if you are a very passive person, and if anybody says anything to you and you don't mind, sort of a person, you are charismatic. It's not. People like you because they can dominate you. They like you because they can dominate you. Now, if you think that by your aggressiveness and by your shouting and by your screaming and these people, you will achieve that charismatic temperament, you cannot. You cannot achieve that either. So, how do you achieve it? By becoming more innocent. Now, how innocence develops in a person is by not thinking about it. Like, you see, somebody asked me, how do you manage your income tax? I said, by having no income at all. Then they asked me, how do you solve your car problem? By not having any car at all of mine. They said, what about your house problem? By having no house of my own. Nihi. Everything nihi for me. Say, how do you solve this problem? By not having it. Just not having it. Don't take up headaches upon yourself. See, when you take up headaches upon yourself, then only the innocence is revealed. That headaches like this, that this is my shawl, this is my sari, this is my thing, this is this, this is this, this is this. But Only one thing is that this is my mother and I have to proclaim her. That's all. If that is the way it is, then innocence starts rising like Sri Ganesha, and by having no other headache, this is mine, that is mine, this mind business causes the problem, I think. Personally, I think this must be the reason, that this mind business, this is mine, because whatever is mine, somebody told me, this is a very good argument he gave, whatever is mine is not I, means that's not so. My body, my head, my everything, mine, but I, he gave me this idea, I. What is I? Then I is separated. Whatever is not mine is I. So what remains is your spirit. Somebody gave me this argument. I said it's a very good argument to work it out. Then whatever remains is I. And that I is the one we have to see. So you go on reducing all these minds. So the pure spirit of innocence will rise. So the idea about spirit also, people think that if you become spiritual, I don't know what people think about spiritual people, but the idea about spiritual people is that you have to be something terrific like a bull, or I don't know, you have to be sharp like a fox, you have to be intellectual like Freud or something. All sorts of ideas people have. No, it is not. Spiritual person is just innocent. Just innocent. There is no intelligence, nothing. Just innocent. The whole thing is innocent. See, whatever he talks or says comes through innocence. It doesn't have intellect as such, which people have through reading and through understanding and by analyzing. Nothing of the kind. It just has pure and simple innocence. And it all works out very well. It's so clean. It just says what it knows, and what it knows is the highest. So this deconditioning has to be brought within us. But you should not discuss it among yourself. Also, when you start discussing, then you see, it becomes sort of a theological argumentation. There is no theology about it. It's very simple. It's the simplest thing is to be innocent. But the innocence is lost. Why? Because our attention is in different ways. We are attentive to other things. We are looking at other things. It's so simple, Today I was thinking, I have to buy 3 9-yard saris. It's a simple question I answered. Because there are 3 ladies who wear 9-yard saris and I have to give them 3 9-yard. That's all. I just thought of it. All right. I came here, I saw a very nice sari being put here. So I asked her, where do you get? She said, you get here. I said, all right. So we go and buy those 3 saris. No analysis, nothing of the kind. I just came into my mind, I have to buy 3 saris, finished. The answer is. So even the atmosphere is so innocent. The whole situation is so innocent that the solution is presented by innocence to innocence. Innocence works out in everything, you see, because everybody has little bit of innocence in everyone, isn't it? So you can, it's like a 5th columnist, you see. The innocence is the 5th column within you. So if any person is innocent, you see, he'll work out on your 5th column and will make you alright. When you give one than to others, what happens? You actually bind him by your innocence. And the poor fellow doesn't know. He has his innocence within him. You capture that innocence. That's how you are there. That's how you manage. It's very simple to work out things. Only principle, the tattva, the whole thing rests on what that tva is, nothing but innocence. So try to develop this by all these things are neti vachanair nigumo avuchu. So guys saying not this, not this, not this, not this, not this, to all your thoughts, not this, not this, not this, not this. You reach there. Not mine, not mine, not mine, not mine. You reach there. And that is how it is. And you see the whole material world is now attacking the innocence because they are frightened. You cannot attack. Innocence cannot be destroyed. It cannot be destroyed. Innocence is something is all pervading and it cannot be destroyed. So whatever people may try, it cannot be destroyed. But it can be covered. It can recede. But it cannot be destroyed. It will act its own way. So try to develop that innocence which is the basis of Mahalakshmi Tattva, we should say, or that is the essence of Mahalakshmi. So the outward thing is the weight, the dignity, the behavior, everything is the outward thing, and the inside thing, the tattva, the principle on which it is based, is innocence. Now, if it's to understand Mahalakshmi Tattva within us, how it has to work out. It's not intellectual. Again, I would say that I don't want you to project your intellect into it and to find out. But just remain where you are and you will find the answers just coming to you. Automatically. Just don't project your minds into it. Just you'll get all the answers to every question. Just like that. Because innocence in everyone is the simple answer. While all the complications drop out, the innocence is. And that is what is the love of God. Is the love of God. So, don't confuse this with love, with all your nonsensical love ideas you have about people and identification, misidentification. This is pure love within us, the purity, the innocence, which is love, and which is life itself, we should say, is a part of that, the prana. But prana shakti is not Mahalakshmi. So Mahalakshmi is the essence of everything.
ఈ అంతర్గత ప్రశాంతతను కొనసాగించుకుంటూ తల్లి యొక్క దివ్య ప్రేమను అనుభూతి చెందుతూ నెమ్మదిగా కళ్ళు తెరిచి తల్లి దివ్య శ్రీచరణాలను చూస్తూ ప్రణామాలు తెలియజేసుకుందాం. అమ్మ పరమ పూజ్య శ్రీ మాతాజీ, ఈరోజు మీ బిడ్డలమైన మాకు ఈ సామూహిక అంతర్ముఖ ధ్యానానికి అనుమతినిచ్చి ఇంతటి చైతన్యాన్ని, మీ దివ్య ప్రేమను ప్రసాదించిన మీ పవిత్ర పాద పద్మాలకు శత సహస్ర కోటి ప్రణామాలు, ధన్యవాదాలు తెలియ. సామూహికంగా సాష్టాంగ ప్రణామం చేసుకుని తల్లి కృతజ్ఞతలు చెప్పుకుంటూ కుండలిని జాగృతి చేసుకుని బంధం తీసుకుందాం. జై శ్రీ మాతాజీ. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ శ్రీ మాతాజీ. ఈ ప్రాతకాల సామూహిక ధ్యానానికి హాజరైన ఆత్మబంధువులందరికీ హృదయపూర్వక ధన్యవాదాలు. మరలా సాయంకాలం 8 గంటలకు అంతర్ముఖ సామూహిక ధ్యానంలో కలుసుకుందామండి. జై శ్రీ మాతాజీ. అవకాశం ఉన్నవారు సహజ సంగీతాన్ని వింటూ ధ్యానాన్ని కొంత సమయం కొనసాగించుకుందాం. జై శ్రీ మాతాజీ. అందరికీ శుభోదయం. హ్యావ్ ఎ నిర్మల్ డే. జై శ్రీ మాతాజీ.